I'm thrilled to be here today with Steve Smith from Telos, who is the senior leasing agent here at this amazing development at the old post office, just 2.5 million square feet of space, much of which has already been leased. So, Steve, thanks so much for being here.
It's a pleasure.
This building sat vacant here in Chicago for 20 years, and 601W bought it 3 years ago. So tell us a little bit about what inspired them.
Sure. So it was back in 601W, and they actually got their name from 601 West 26th Street, which is in the Chelsea area. And they bought the Starrett Lehigh building, which was a 2.5 million square foot building also that was kind of a warehouse building. They converted that into office. So Martha Stewart, Ralph Lauren, Tommy Hilfiger all took office space there. And in the future, it ended up being worth almost $1 billion when they were done with it.
Wow.
So that was back in the 90s. So here, this sat empty for so long. Walton Street Capital had an option on it. Couldn't quite figure it out. A British guy, as you know, Bill Davies, couldn't figure it out. And then 601 came in and bought it. And they had basically a simple strategy, similar to Starrett Lehigh, and that's do an office building with amenities that support that office. And it was the owner, I would say, had as much of that vision than anybody.
It's amazing. So in 2018, Walgreens was the first one to sign the lease. Of course, they're not the first ones to be in the building. And then Chicago Metropolitan Agency of Planning, which I had the pleasure of working with on you, signed. But since then, you've had so many leases signed. Tell us a little bit about some of the big ones and what inspired them.
Yeah, so that Walgreens lease was signed in, say, June of 18. And since then, we've now totaled 1.8 million square feet.
Wow.
And the building is 80% leased. And it's really been an incredible journey. And I think what happened is that people came in here and their number one issue is hiring young people and attracting them and then keeping them. And so this location and this building and then the amenities we brought was exactly what they were looking for. So companies like Cisco, Uber, the Chicago Board of Options Exchange, Kroger, all these companies came in here.
It's amazing. So how do you think that's going to affect the southwest area of the loop, or even maybe the whole loop?
Yeah. So literally kind of out the window here, across the river is where there's a lot of residential development occurring. Also, Willis Tower, just a block and a half from here, is doing a $670 million redevelopment, including 300,000 square feet of new retail. So really, all of this is triggering. So it's probably $3 billion or more that's being invested by very sophisticated investors.
It's going to be a whole new world over here next year. So tell us, what's been the most fun part of being a part of this?
Well, Sheila, you and I know each other for a long time,
right.
So this is fun for me. So I'm having a blast. I was, as you know, was kind of moving into retirement and then came out of retirement and got the chance to work on this project, and it's been a ball for me. In my office, they call me Smitty 2.0.
2.0, I love it.
So it's been fun because it's been fun taking, and also really, I mean this, a iconic building that was sitting here, deteriorating, falling apart. And so everybody in the brokerage community, in the city itself, the state, all that, it's been a concerted effort to take this and now turning it into something that everybody's proud of.
Well, I know a lot of the people in the city who aren't even tenants here are using the main beautifully renovated lobby as well as your amenity spaces. So.
And don't forget that what I'm going to take you up to now, which is the rooftop. This is the roof. It is almost 4 acres, and we are going to be activating 3 acres of it. This is going to be essentially a park. It's going to include a 1/4 mile path or track around here, a basketball court, 2 platform or paddle tennis courts. In addition, a bistro bar will be located at the north end here where people can hang out. And then there'll be various little enclaves around the path where people can also sit. And then we hope to have on the other end there a little amphitheater so you could have concerts or other activities and events out here. So it's really going to be amazing space.